Hi, in this video we're going to be creating a new Fsharp project in Microsoft Visual Studio. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is go here over to New Project, and make sure that Visual Fsharp is selected and Fsharp Application. We're just going to name it Fsharp Tutorial here, and then let that create. Alright, and here in a few minutes we're going to need the Fsharp interactive pane. Now it may or may not be open by default, but if it's not, you can go right down here and click it, and also Control-Alt-F will open it up. But the proper way to use the Fsharp interactive pane isn't to just type all your code in it. You can do that, but that's not the best way to go about things. What we're going to do instead is use the coding panel and create everything in that. Alright, and the first thing we're going to do is create a simple increment method, which we're going to call add1. So to start off with, we say let, which is the keyword that lets the Fsharp interpreter know that something's about to happen, basically. We're going to say let add1 x. We'll let x be our parameter, equals x plus 1. And that's it. That's a complete function in Fsharp. And what we're going to do is we're going to highlight it. You can right click and hit send to interactive, or you can hit alt enter. And you'll notice down here that it gives you the value of add1, takes an int, and returns an int. So let's test it out. Let's do add1 5. And you'll notice that I put 2 semicolons. You do this to let Fsharp know that the second semicolon is there for you to execute. So we do add1 5, enter, and we get it back. And our answer is 6, which is what we would have expected. You'll also notice that Fsharp automatically assigns the return value to the variable it. This is just to give it a name. It doesn't have any real significance, but if we want it to have a name, we'll say let increment equal add1 5, and we see that the name of our variable is changed to increment. Alright, so let's try something a little bit more advanced. We're going to do a recursive function to calculate factorial. So what we're going to do is say let, and then you have to say recursive. You have to use the keyword rec to signify that the function is going to be recursive. Fact, and we'll just say y is equal. And our base case for factorial is when y is equal to 0. So if y equals 0, then 1. And that's our if statement with proper syntax. We've got some red lines that I haven't finished the else yet. But you'll notice that in Fsharp you don't use equals equals for comparison. Just a simple 1 equal sign is all you need to do comparison. So we're going to do that, and then else y is going to equal y, or we're going to return y times factorial of y minus 1. And that's our function. That's it for factorial. So let's highlight this and send it to interactive. And you notice we get value of factorial, it takes an int, returns an int. So let's try factorial 5, which should give us 120. And there we go. You can also nest functions within functions, like add1 fact 5. We get the factorial 5 incremented to 1. And just kind of mess around with these, get an idea for how they work, and that's our first intro to Fsharp.